one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Have a seat. Roll call.
Mays.
Here.
Nikki.
Here.
Sarah.
Here.
Bradford.
Here.
Robertson.
Here.
Page.
Here.
Lemmings.
Here.
Bass.
Here.
Next is the approval of the agenda. I don't know of any changes to the agenda unless you guys have a change that you'd like to make. So having no changes, we can voice vote this. Do I hear a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
And we have a motion and a second to approve the agenda. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? To entertain a motion to approve the minutes and financials.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the minutes and financials. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Next up is County Judge's comments, and I would like to encourage everyone to attend the annual AAC conference. Registration opens the 21st at 9 a.m. To get everyone into that conference, everyone needs to do their own registration this year. Be queued up right at 9 o'clock. Have your credit card, have everything ready. Print out your receipt, bring it to the clerk's office. We'll get you your reimbursement lickety-split. But if we do it out of our office, it's done. It has to be done in consecutive order, and we probably won't all get into the correct host venue. So we really, really want to get into that.
You have a link where we're supposed to go?
I'll get that to you. Absolutely. I think that link's already been, I think it's already there, isn't it? Or
Yes, it is there. But is there a certain motel we're going to stay in?
The host hotel is Embassy Suites at Rogers.
Embassy Suite, okay.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Yeah. But yes, we'll get you that information, Rabia. Do we have any elected officials who would like to address the court, or department heads? Do you have anything for anyone who's here? Election Commission, you had a successful school board election. Do you wish to address the court, or is all well with you?
Me?
Yeah.
I wasn't on a school board.
No. Aren't you Election Commission?
No.
Oh, never mind. I thought you were someone
I
else.
just live here.
Well, good. I thought we had an election commissioner here. Yeah, you want to be on it? Good deal.
He's just trying to get you there. That's why he's doing it.
That takes us up to new business. And our first ordinance is sponsored by Becky Page.
Being enacted by the Quorum Court of the County of Van Buren, State of Arkansas, an appropriation ordinance to be entitled, an appropriation ordinance to amend the original appropriation ordinance number 2024-54, the annual operating budget for 2025, to increase the projected revenue and appropriate $7,190.97 into the various county projects budget number 1000-084. Whereas a grant has been awarded to the Scotland community by the Arkansas Economic Development Commission, Division of Rural Services, in the amount of $7,190.97, and whereas these monies were appropriated in the 2024 budget by ordinance number O-2024-50, but were not spent, and whereas these grant funds need to be appropriated into the 2025 budget. Now therefore be it ordained by the Quorum Court of Van Buren County, Arkansas, that Section 1, $7,190.97 be appropriated into number 1000-804-3111 for the Scotland Community Grant. I move that we approve this.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt this ordinance. Any discussion?
Yes, I got a question. Was not this money, I don't remember the exact ordinance number, but was not for the stoves and stuff to be over there that had a couple stoves that wasn't working and that kind of stuff? Wasn't that what that money was for?
Correct.
And they're still cooking. They're still having meals and stuff over there. So what happened? Did they?
There was a particular little part on the stove, and it did get fixed, but apparently that person has not been paid yet for fixing that because they wasn't aware that they got this money.
Okay. Well, I thought I know they're having meals and stuff over there, 'cause that's it, but I didn't know what. Okay. Gotcha.
Any more discussion? Roll call vote.
Mays.
Yes.
Nikki.
Yes.
Sarah.
Yes.
Bradford.
Yes.
Robertson.
Yes.
Page.
Yes.
Lemmings.
Yes.
Bass.
Yes.
O 2025-17.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next ordinance is sponsored by Virgil Lennox.
Be enacted by the Quorum Court of the County of Van Buren, State of Arkansas, an appropriation ordinance to be entitled, Appropriation Ordinance to amend the original appropriation ordinance 2024-54, the annual operating budget for 2025, and to increase the projected revenue and appropriate $5,803 into the following funds, departments, and to transfer said amounts into 1000-100-3001, accounting and auditing. Whereas an extra amount of $5,803 has been charged to the Van Buren County from the AAC Workmen's Compensation for the year due 2024 to extra salaries paid such as comp hours, vacation hours, and etc. And whereas this amount has been paid from the county judge's budget 1100-3001 and will need to be refunded from each fund department it was spent, and whereas $663 be appropriated into 1,400-1010 workers' comp, $21 be appropriated into 1,418-1010, $4,816 into 2,200-1010, and $16 into 3,009-700-1010, and $287 into 3,020-501-1010, totaling $5,803. And whereas these amounts need to be transferred from each fund department into 1,100-3001. Now therefore be it ordained by the Quorum Court of Van Buren County, Arkansas, that Section 1, the amounts listed above be appropriated into each fund department. Section 2, the amount listed above will need to be transferred into number 1,100-3001, auditing and accounting. I move that we approve as written.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt as presented. Any discussion?
It was paid from your county judge, your budget?
Lee, that's a question for you.
Yes, it was coded incorrectly.
Okay.
Any more discussion? Roll call vote.
Mays,
Yes.
Nikki,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
Bradford,
Yes.
Robertson,
Yes.
Page,
Yes.
Lemmings,
Yes.
Bass.
Yes.
O 2025-18.
Thank you. Bailey, you have the next one.
Be enacted by the Quorum Court of County of Van Buren, State of Arkansas, an appropriation ordinance to be entitled, an ordinance to transfer $2,456.64 into certain funds due to a refund from Blue Cross Blue Shield from 2024. Whereas Van Buren County received a refund of $6,133.41 from Blue Cross for 2024 after changing healthcare insurance companies in 2025. And whereas the total of this refund has been placed in county general, certain amounts will need to be transferred into the appropriate funds. Now therefore be it ordained by the Quorum Court of Van Buren County, Arkansas, that Section 1, the Treasurer of Van Buren County is directed to transfer $818.88 into the County Road Fund number 2000-200 and $1,637.76 into the Solid Waste Fund number 3009-700 from County General. I move we approve as written.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt this ordinance. Any discussion?
Yeah, how did we figure out which ones to transfer to?
We had help from Sunny at Scarberry Agency. She figured it out for us.
Any more discussion? Roll call vote.
Mays,
Yes.
Nikki,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
Bradford,
Yes.
Robertson,
Yes.
Page,
Yes.
Lemmings,
Yes.
Bass.
Yes.
O 2025-19.
Thank you. Esther, you're up.
Be enacted by the Quorum Court of the County of Van Buren, State of Arkansas, an appropriation ordinance to be entitled, an appropriation ordinance to transfer and appropriate $1,597.35 into the Collector's Automation Fund from the voter registration budget. Whereas the voter registration office mailed out voter cards as required by law by using the collector's postage machine. And whereas $1,597.35 will need to be transferred from the voter registration budget number 1121-3021, postage, and appropriate into the collector's automation fund number 3001-104-3021. Now therefore be it ordained by the Quorum Court of Van Buren County, County, Arkansas, that Section 1, $1,597.35 be transferred from the voter registration budget number 1000-121-3021 and appropriated into the collector's automation fund number 3001-104-3021. I move for its adoption.
Second.
A motion and a second to adopt this ordinance. Any discussion? Roll call vote.
Mays. Nikki.
Yes.
Sarah. Bradford.
Yes.
Robertson.
Yes.
Page.
Yes.
Lemmings.
Yes.
Bass.
Yes.
O 2025-20.
Thank you. Next, we have a resolution sponsored by Rabia Mays. It's up to you, Rabia. You can either do a resolution by title only, or you can read it in its entirety.
Which do you prefer? I don't care.
Title only on this one would work just fine.
Be it resolved by the Quorum Court of the County of Van Buren, State of Arkansas, a resolution to be entitled, a resolution to confirm the reappointment of 2 members to the Van Buren County Equalization Board.
Make a motion.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt this resolution. Emma, would you care to come up to the microphone and tell them which 2 members are re-upping?
The first one is Olis Allen, and he is appointed by the county judge. And the other one is Stephen Matt Gilmore, and he is appointed by the cities. And they both said if we want them, that they will serve.
They have done a very good job. The EQ board, that's not the board you want to, you're not rushing to be on that board, because they are subject to a lot of criticism and scrutiny. And I really and truly appreciate people who serve on this board. And they do our county a very, very good job.
So I didn't know that they got appointed by different people. We've approved them through the years, but I didn't know if they were appointed to begin with by different. So how about the rest of them? Who are they appointed by?
2 are appointed by Quorum Court.
Okay.
1 by Dale, 1 by cities, and 1 by schools.
By who?
The school,
School.
Sharon Richardson is the one that is appointed by the school system.
Okay.
Well, they're nominated by those parties, but they all have to be confirmed by you with the Quorum Court.
Well, I learned something tonight.
Yeah. Thanks, Emma. Any further discussion? All in favor of adopting this resolution signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed?
R 2025-05. Sorry.
Fine, thank you. Our next resolution is sponsored by Nikki Brown, and I would request that you would indulge me and read it in its entirety.
Be it resolved by the Quorum Court of the County of Van Buren, State of Arkansas, a resolution to be entitled, a resolution approving the 2023 legislative audit for Van Buren County. Whereas Arkansas Legislative Audit thoroughly audits certain public entities annually. And whereas during the 2023 fiscal year, Van Buren County accepted and spent funds which were not routine in nature, such as from the American Rescue Plan Act, local aid and tribal consistency, and other grant sources. And whereas federal funding was often subject to dual and competing restrictions, with the most restrictive method to be used. And whereas Van Buren County has received the annual legislative report, which is readily available to the public at www.arc, I'm just going to spell it out so they'll have it, arklegaudit.gov. And whereas the annual audit was completely clean with 0 findings, and whereas the Quorum Court is responsible for acknowledging the annual audit, and the county clerk is responsible for including the discussion in the minutes of the Quorum Court. Therefore, be it resolved by the Quorum Court of Van Buren County, Arkansas that 1. The 2023 annual legislative audit is hereby acknowledged, accepted, and approved as presented. 2. The Quorum Court hereby recognizes and appreciates the involvement and dedication of all the county employees. 3. The Quorum Court hereby recognizes the complexities presented in the 2023 audit period and appreciates the county elected officials for their attention to detail and transparent, detailed record keeping. I move we adopt as written.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt this resolution. As far as discussion, I'd like to add a few words. During the 2023 period, the courthouse downtown was renovated. The 911 facility was built. There were almost $1 million in improvements at the jail. There was a new building that was purchased for CID. There were storage containers purchased. It was a little bit stressful spending all that money because we just knew there was going to be some I we didn't cross or I we didn't dot or T we didn't cross. But I guess we did an okay job. We got it all on the fixed asset listing appropriately, and we did all our bid work appropriately. And I appreciate all the officials and all the people who were involved. It wasn't just the officials that made this clean audit happen. It's really easy to mess up and get thumped by audit. And not all audits are without a finding because we're human. But to go through this year without one, the 2023 period, that's exceptional. And I think it's worth pointing out, and it's worth giving our people a pat on the back for. And just appreciate the guys who are here. I ask the ones who could be here if they would, just to hear the appreciation that they truly deserve. Any more discussion? All in favor of adopting this resolution signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
R 2025-06.
Thank you. That brings us up to the conclusion. Are there any public comments or anything that we need to discuss?
I hope not to ever bring trouble upon us, but lately, when we first started, my first 2 years, we had lots of discussions and heavy discussions, and I thought Nikki was going to kill me a few times, and lately we've had really easy quorum court, so we've kind of breezed through it, so I think I like this better.
Virgil, I don't know that you should have said that out loud.
That's okay.
He just jinxed us.
I'm thankful for these sweet
I
hands.
am too.
That's what I'm trying to point out.
The sheriff's office, dispatch, they know better than to ever use the Q word, which is quiet. And I hope we didn't just use that word. You are, it's nice when business is smooth and efficient and isn't controversial.
Lord knows there are other counties that they can't agree on anything.
I know, I'd hate to throw a county under the bus, but poor old Jefferson County, they're always in the news.
And in the courts, and then fighting one another.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're getting ready to. Any other discussion? Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
So
Motion.
Any opposed?